Alright guys, so it is officially May, which is the start of the summer movie months, I guess. Uh, it's actually May 2nd. Tomorrow marks the opening day for Iron Man 3. Unfortunately, I probably won't get to see that the opening week because that's the way our theater rolls. If it's a major blockbuster film, we usually can't see it till about the second week of opening. So I won't be able to get to that one right away. By the time I do get to it, most of you will probably have already seen it, so I'm not sure. I'll probably still do a review on it, not sure though. So in the meantime, I was hoping to get reviews done of Disconnect and Mud. Unfortunately, my theater has decided not to get those. Corporately, we got them, but as far as the theater I work at, that location for some reason didn't get them. Instead, we got about 4 or 5 independent films. So that's what I saw tonight, was one of the independent films. The one I saw was called Gimme the Loot. Out of all the movies that I had, out of the independent films that I had the option of watching, I chose this one, not really knowing anything about it, but the synopsis said that it was about graffiti artists trying to raise money to pull off their next big project. So, as someone who's always been a fan of graffiti art and dabbled in it a little bit in my youth, I figured, this might be a movie that interests me based solely on the artistic aspect of it. So I went into it, thinking if nothing else I'd see some interesting graffiti art. And there's barely any graffiti in the whole damn movie. Basically, it starts out with these kids robbing a hardware store for a bunch of spray paint. Then they go and basically tag their names on this wall. They come back the next day, and some kids who for some reason don't like these two spray painted a bunch of scribble crap all over their tags and messed it up. Then it goes to this underground film footage type thing of like a local broadcast TV type of thing, like public access, where it's some people talking about graffiti artwork and these guys that were going to tag the Apple at what the hell's the name of the stadium? It's the one where the Mets play. Whenever someone on the Mets hits a home run, there's this apple that pops up or whatever. And I guess for a lot of years, people have been trying to tag this so that their art's seen by millions. But, so since these other kids are messing up their artwork, they say, let's go into the stadium and tag the Apple. Well, he supposedly knows this guy who works security there, and the guy goes, yeah, I can get you in, but it's going to cost you $500. So then the rest of the movie is these two kids going around trying to get $500 any way they can so they can pay this guy to let him into the stadium, let them tag the Apple. So they go through all this crap. Every time they get a little bit of money, something happens where they end up losing it. And so that's basically the movie, is them running around trying to get money. I'm not really going to go into too much detail because I don't have much room on this tape. Eventually, basically, it comes down to they haven't been able to come up with the money, so they're going to try and rip the guy off and, just give him like a stack of newspapers, fold a stack of newspaper cut up to the size of money with like a 10 or something wrapped around the outside, make him think it's a wad of bills. And turns out the guy never shows up anyway, so they can't get in. So basically their whole night was kind of wasted trying to come up with money that wasn't going to pay off in the end anyway. Yeah, like I said, I would go more in depth into it, but really there's not much more to it than that. Uh, the one kid deals drugs for these guys, and they fire him, and he ends up talking one of the other dealers into letting him take over his runs because he doesn't know that he's been fired by the guys. So he goes on a delivery for him and meets this girl. The kid's black, the girl's white. They start making out a bit, and then later on, she calls him to come back and give her another delivery. And a bunch of her friends are there, so she starts treating him like crap in front of her friends because they're rich white kids, and he's a black kid from the ghetto. So then he decides that because he knows she's a rich white girl, he's going to rob her now because she dissed him. So that goes on a little bit, and then that doesn't work out. Then it's just them going around trying to sell stuff and shit like that to try and raise the money. But like I said, they go through the whole night. They don't get the money. They try and trick the guy with the wad of newspapers. He never shows up anyway. And then they go back home there's a party that they go to, and then they go home the next morning. And throughout the movie, the one guy's mom keeps calling, and he keeps saying, "Mom, I'm busy. I can't talk right now." At the end of the movie, he finds out that it was her birthday, and he forgot. So in a last crime spree, I guess, of the movie, he steals some flowers from a flower shop and takes them home to his mother for her birthday. There's a little bit of a love story in it. His tagging partner is a girl, and she kind of likes him, he kind of likes her, but they're both too macho and have the whole friend thing, where they're not comfortable saying how they feel about each other because they're good friends and they don't want to screw things up. But they're trying to pass off like, they're tough and they don't want to show emotions and crap like that. But by the end of the movie, they kind of hint that, I like you, I like you too type of thing. And that's where it ends. And nothing becomes of it. That's Gimme the Loot. Like I said, it is an independent film. I wasn't expecting much out of it going into it. But, yeah, there's only really a little bit of graffiti art in it, and it's mostly just tags. I thought it'd be like they were going to paint this huge mural or something, and yeah, it's just basic, tagging your name on a wall crap. Which, when done right, can still look nice, but there's this area just up the road from where I'm at right now, and on the sides of the buildings, people have painted some beautiful murals, and pretty sure most of it's done with spray paint. So, that was the kind of stuff I was looking for. It was just somebody to do something cool like that in the movie, and it wasn't. There was barely any tagging in it at all. So, yeah, if you're interested in independent films, I guess check it out. It wasn't really entertaining, but at the same time, I wasn't really bored with it. I mean, I was just I wasn't really zoned out watching it, but, I really didn't go anywhere. I kept waiting for something to happen that never happened. So, yeah, that's Gimme the Loot. As far as a star rating, I'd probably put it... See, I hate to give a low rating to an independent film because it's an independent film, and it's never going to be a major blockbuster or even, a shitty high-budget film. But, yeah, overall the story, there just wasn't much to the story. It's just following these kids around, watching them try to make money, and nothing ever happens. So, I'd probably give it a 1.5. I didn't want to be quite that cruel. I wanted to go more towards a 2, but I've given a lot better movies than this a 2. So, yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not horrible, but it's just nothing really happens in the film. So, I'll give it a 1.5. I forget what movie I gave a 1 to the other day, but, so yeah, about a 1.5. Not sure what I'm going to get around to seeing next. We got The Great Gatsby opening next week, which will probably be about the time I get around to seeing Iron Man. And honestly, I just have no desire to see The Great Gatsby. Never read the book, don't care about the movie. Although we do have some other stuff opening up towards the end of the month, so hopefully we'll get some decent stuff to do reviews on. Not sure why we didn't get Disconnect or Mud, but nothing I can do about that unless I want to drive all the way across town to another theater to watch it, which I really don't want to do. Anyway, that's it for this review. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the movies.